You know what time it is. Why my guild is skipping Goto. The video you all have been waiting for. Ich kann es gar nicht ernst nehmen. Okay, let's talk about the man himself, Goto. How does he actually compare to all the other units? Or what is his role in general in solo leveling and Rise? What does he really offer to the game right now, right? There's a question a lot of you people might ask yourself right now, and it's also a good question because what he really does in his core mechanism is he replaces Wuchenshul as a breaker. That's the concept, because Wuchenshul I would consider a, let's say, 1.0 character, and Goto I can consider more of a 2.0 character, and Kanae is in my opinion more of a 3.0 character. Well, even though he's more like a 2.5 I feel like, because he's more or less in the same realm of a Gogo and he. Now, if we really look at him, is what they try to sell him is as some sort of, at least in the live stream they said Goto is a character which, even though he's a breaker, is supposed to deal DPS, but that is not true. Yes, compared to other breakers, he does more damage, but he doesn't deal any more significant damage than a Goto, for example. He's like right around where a Goto, I say Gogun-He, I mean. He is right around where a Gogun-He is. The only interesting part is what I personally like, and I really appreciate Netmarble finally did it, is they released a breaker which scales of max HP and it's not scaling of defense, right? I have way too much defense and attack scaling. HP was neglected for far too long. The last character is Harper, and I personally like HP scaling units a little bit more, especially in the support and breaking realm. Reason being is their role is not to deal DPS in the first place. Their role is to just break targets or provide you with buffs, and then having them scaling with defense something is a little bit nonsensical in my opinion, because at the end of the day you want them to actually be tanky, and the only thing that really makes units tanky is the HP value. So that's why I think this is a good way that they finally have something with HP scaling. When it comes to his actual skill animations, I do like his skill animations a lot. And now to the main topic. Actually, a lot of my guildmates are skipping him. There are a couple who pulled him, and like I feel like a bigger part is either skipping him, and when we are talking, and when I'm talking about skipping, guys, it's not about never getting a character. And the part about skipping is waiting for a unit to arrive in the black ticket banner and then getting the character from a black ticket banner. Now, what I like to do is now with the series going forward is looking at new releases critically and making cases for why you should not pull for a character or why you should pull for a character. Now with Goto, obviously he is an improvement to Wuchenshul. It's not even a question. That is crystal clear. But what really does Goto do for you? Now, from what we have seen so far, he's not really changing guild boss scores. He's not really improving too much. Like the existing teams you're running, he doesn't really improve on anything that much right now. Maybe it's a thing we have to wait and see. Maybe in a week or so that that opinion might change. Obviously could change, but then he's still on a banner, and then you can opt for something else or can opt to pull him. But let's say if you are clearing the content right now in the game, there is, especially we're looking at Workshop Brilliant Light, which is currently a light and fire. It's a unit you don't need right now. Goto's, seriously, even though he is from a perspective of what he's doing, a windbreaker, a good unit, he's not a good unit right now. And I think this is a misconception a lot of people have, or in general. Moving forward, maybe in a patch or two, he will be good or useful. But we know for a fact that the next workshop, this probably hinted, right? The next workshop is in May, so in 2 patches. That means we have Goto right now in this patch, and then the next patch we get a new unit, which highly likely be the lobby character, which is gonna be a water breaker, and then in May whatever might be a water DPS, who knows. We know that the next wobble will be water and wind highly likely in May. So when that new content is dropping in May, Goto will be in the black ticket banner. So what you can do now is with your black tickets, because we are getting 100 black tickets now, there are many different ways to get black tickets. Sit on your black tickets right now, sit on your black tickets for the time being, and just save them till the anniversary arrives, and then put the units in you are currently missing and need to get to maybe A5 or A10, and this is where you put in a Goto and Easy, stuff like that, right? Which you don't have, or which you have like a low advancement of. Just put him in there and then pull him from there, because Goto in itself is just an A5 unit. You don't need him A10. A10 is just for CP, not for DPS. From that perspective, that's not a necessity. For those people who pull every character A5 in the first place, they will pull Goto. People who think Goto or believe that Goto is their favorite character, or is the coolest character, they will pull Goto. People who are competitive in Battlefield of Time should pull Goto, because it does not matter if it's the Hunter mode or Jinwoo mode, you will need Goto. The interesting part about Goto is we have a rare occasion of a unit which is actually pretty damn good just at A0, is because of his support skill Cyclone Blade. Now, why is this specific support skill so good? Let's take a look at his passives. I made a 3-minute guide, check it out if you didn't see it already. He has the Invincible King. When the user successfully puts an enemy in the break state, and increases the break effect duration by 3 seconds. So you know, when you down an enemy and they are in the stagger mode, that window is getting extended by 3 seconds, and on top of that you're getting the Invincible King's buff. Increases damage dealt to targets in the break state by 100% duration, both of them infinite. This is by far the strongest support skill in the game. Nothing even comes close to this, guys. Nothing. Not even Min, Isla, whatever you might think. 12% increase there, crit rate buff there. No, this, if there's an enemy with a break bar, if you play whatever content, it doesn't even matter if there's a wind resistance, by the way. It doesn't matter if there's wind. When there is a break bar, you are going to use Goto. Maybe not necessarily Battlefield of Time, there you might still want to opt for Goto only for wind content, but currently in BOT we are using Kim as a breaker. Now Kim is 100% gonna be replaced with Goto. 100% damage increase is insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. Nothing comes close to this. This is the best you can actually ask for. So he's, when you play 100%, you will always have him equipped. Now this is the only time where you want to have to make the case of, okay, you want to have an A10 weapon. Actually, you don't even need this weapon A10. You don't need this weapon. You can just, if you have another HP based weapon at A10, you can just put it in, because as a support slot stat stick, you don't even need his weapon. What you then need is just having him at red 3, and then maybe having him at a high advancement level just for CP purposes as a support character, but that's besides the point. Now, if you play Battlefield of Time, you want to have at least one copy so you can run him as support, just to make use of that support skill. But overall, what we can say about him, yes, he's an improvement to the win team, but also what I forgot to mention in my guide is the arrogance effect. This is the user's skill mana consumption increased by 33%, is actually counterintuitive with MaTeIRiA, because she will now consume more mana. But if you were smart and you use a lot of, okay, I don't have any equipped right now because I do other things all the time, or play like me, for example, where you just stack your characters with triple mana consumption reduction, because mana consumption reduction costs just give you the hardest CP boost possible. If you do like this, then that 33% doesn't really matter too much, because you won't notice it in the first place. If you stack her with mana consumption reduction, you won't notice that slight nerf, even though it doesn't really make sense. It should be a little bit different in my opinion with that. He is an improvement overall to the win team, but he's not needed right now, so you can opt for saving up your raid up tickets for the next banner to arrive, and when he comes to the black ticket banner, go put him into your wish list. Also anniversary, so when he goes to, by the way, when he goes to the black ticket banner, it will be anniversary, guys, and you know for a fact anniversary will be huge. There will be a lot of freebies, so it's actually a good decision right now just to not pull him, or just get one copy A0 just so you have a support skill also for Battlefield of Time and stuff like that. And hey, if you pull every character A5, then you pull every character A5. It doesn't matter. This is just a tip for free to plays and a general opinion. And yeah, that's about it for today's videos, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it. See you with the next one. Deuces.